on his hands. Take a look at the progression that he's made offensively. He is the primary scorer, and not just scorer for the Spurs. He's also the guy they put pressure on to carry the offense, making plays for other guys, having an outstanding season for the Spurs.
Double dip on the Texas trip. Draymond Green and his versatility will go a long way in deciding that. Spurs and Warriors coming up. Tip-off shortly from San Antonio.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm, here to help life go right. And in part by Burger King. Try the new $3.29 cheeseburger meal deal today. And the hardest working collection from Old Spice. Don't smell yourself short. Tonight, in the heart of the West, it's a showdown. As the two best teams in the conference face off one final time this regular season. One loaded with offense.
Curry with the ball. Klay Thompson hitting a three.
What a laser he has.
Oh, man. You want to talk about the Splash Brothers.
The other, a lockdown defense.
The claw is what they call Kawhi Leonard, and you just saw why.
And while each of their sights may be set on the ultimate showdown in June, tonight is more than just a crossing of paths. Tonight, we get a flash of the spectacle to come and find out who is one game closer to claiming the title, best in the West.
It's the Golden State Warriors and San Antonio Spurs as we welcome you to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm here in San Antonio, Texas. It's all part of the U.S. Marines playoff push as the Spurs and Warriors meet for the third and final time in the regular season. There are 1,230 games in an NBA regular season, but only a handful are truly special.
Only a few that are special out of the 1,230?
Yeah, I disagree with you, Mike.
Only a handful are this special as we look at our starting lineups. Matt Barnes is still starting. And the starting lineup is brought to you by Indeed.com. Barnes will start a few more games until Kevin Durant returns, which is not too far off. And the usual starting five for Greg Popovich. Dwayne Dedmon now starting at center. Pau Gasol has been coming off the bench. Well, it doesn't get much more special than the two best teams going at it, fighting.
San Antonio Spurs off to a heck of a start. Deciding tonight to go green. Danny Green, that is. 10-0 start for the Spurs. His mediocre defense, right?
26-7 here in the first. Iguodala off the bench, 3 for 4 from the field with 7 points. But what a start for San Antonio. They led 15-0 by as many as 22. It's 16 points after 1.
Right there, rotating to Barnes and leaving Clark wide open.
And it's cut to 10 already. NBA Wednesday presented by State Farm. 3.5 gone by here in the second. Spurs lead has been cut to 10. Steve Kerr talking to his team to get him back.
It's not real if you can run to management or ownership and demand to be played.
In the first quarter, but Golden State came back strong here in the second. Steph Curry with 14 points to lead Golden State. Meanwhile, Danny Green, 14 points to lead San Antonio. Got the Toyota halftime coming up after these messages. 3-point game here at halftime.
The NBA on ESPN, presented all season long by State Farm, is brought to you by Ford, Go Further, and T-Mobile. Switch to the network built for unlimited data.
Welcome back to NBA Wednesday. It's presented by State Farm, and it's part of the U.S. Marines playoff push. Halftime at San Antonio, the Spurs lead the Golden State Warriors in the battle of the two teams with the best records in the league. A 3-point advantage for the Spurs. Let's check out Who is doing it best? Brought to you by Best Western Hotels and Resorts. A tale of 2 quarters. San Antonio dominating the first. Overall, shooting just 43% from the field. The rebounds were critical for the Spurs at 28-13, as they led by as many as 22. And hello, as the Warriors go up by 5. 8 straight points to start the third for the Warriors. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 block shots. Spurs back within 1. By 22 points in the second quarter, clawed their way back. And now we'll head to the fourth quarter with a 7-point lead. 27 points, 8 assists to Curry, including 4 3-pointers. Wanted to kind of gather himself. Here's the play down low. He just took a shot from David Lee, as you mentioned, Mark. We'll take a timeout.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm, here to help life go right. And in part by Verizon, not just unlimited, Verizon Unlimited.
Welcome back to NBA Wednesday. It's presented by State Farm from here in San Antonio. Spurs now 7. Go to ESPN.com/magic to enter for your chance to win a vacation from ESPN to the Walt Disney World Resort. Thompson with 9 of his 23 here in the fourth quarter.
They picked up Kevin Durant, and people were concerned. Will it affect Klay Thompson? No, it will not. This guy finds a way to get open on the offensive end, and he is a shot maker. One of the all-time best shooters ever.
Roll, they would get a great shot each and every time. He's just too talented. Right here, another great pass, 4-on-3, and an easy bucket.
Stayed up by 14.
Steph Curry is absolutely crushing the switches of bigs onto him. Just blows by LaMarcus Aldridge, drops, brings help to him, and kicks it to David Webb for the wide open corner 3.
Antonio in the last 36 regular season games, where this one absolutely feels sweet. As San Antonio sees their 5-game winning streak comes to an end. They're now 3.5 back of the Warriors with 8 to play. Final score 110-98. For our producer Kenny Wolf, our director Rich Basile, for Jeff, Mark, and Lisa, and our outstanding ESPN crew, Mike Breen saying thanks so much for watching as we say goodbye from the AT&T Center in San Antonio. Coming up next on ESPN, it's Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt.